Okay, so the application that I decided to focus on was ST Math. This is the ST Math training manual, and as you can see, the sidebar is a guide on anything I need to know about the program. It tells me how to get started. It tells me about the program itself, the GG console looks like. Of course, the main character in the game is Gigi, and the objective is to solve math problems to help her get across any obstacles. Something that I wanted to share with you was content structure. So if we take a look at this, each grade has objectives or that are aligned to the standards, and so the students would begin at the first level of a game and then complete that game, go on to the module, and then once they were done and they passed each level, they would complete one objective. So let's say I wanted a student to work on subtracting, so they would start at level 1 and then they'd build up. They'd do about 3 games, do a module, and then once they did all of this, that would complete the objective or the standard for subtraction. Or so the nice thing about this is that I can move in the standards in the sequence that I want to align with my classroom and what we're working on. So that's neat. Another thing to notice is I'm going to scroll down a bit. I'm looking for frames, status frames. Here they are. So when students are working on GG, I can look at frames to tell me certain things about students. For example, the green one tells me that the student is new to ST Math. The blue one tells me the student's not on the roster. The pink here tells me the student is coming from a different school. Yellow alerts me that students may be sharing passwords or accounts. This is what I usually look for when I'm walking around, the orange frame. And this one tells me that the student's stuck on a level. So they've been playing it a couple of times and they haven't asked for help, but obviously they're stuck because it's orange. The red, students have a little person right here on the toolbar, and once they feel they need help, they can click on the little person. As I'm walking around, if I see the red frame, I know that they need help or that they're stuck and that they're asking for help. From there, I can go into teacher mode and go over an example of what the objective is for that level or that game. Of course, I want to see how much they can do on their own, and I would first ask what they've tried, and then maybe give suggestions, but I can also use examples once I go into teacher mode. Another nice thing about this application is that it does offer us reports, and one of the reports that it offers is alerts. I can look for alerts or things that students might be struggling with. This right here tells me that a student has had a high number of tries. So if I didn't catch it as I was walking around that they had an orange frame, I can go back and look at an alert report and notice that this particular student had tried that skill 11 times. This student tried it 20 times. The circles, and I can also go here, mean I got stuck on the next game, so I went back to the game I know and I can beat. So this means that they're back at a game that they've already passed. And the big circle, so if I just tap right here. Some students replay a level accidentally, but a lot of times they are not playing the gray or the new level because the next level is just too difficult. So an important thing to look for is the circles. This tells me, hey, this student is either comfortable here or just is not moving on to the next level. And we could use the circles to guide us. So that's neat. Just different ways, to make you aware of how students are doing. There are also student detail reports, and to tell me how each student is doing, what skills they've passed, what objectives they're struggling with. And this is what I was talking about earlier, manage curriculum. So I can go on here and it guides me. It tells me just what to do. These are the standards, and I can just flip-flop them or change the sequence of the way that I want to present them. So if, for example, I'm working on tens and ones or addition or subtraction, I can choose to move that standard up and have my students work on that. Or if I notice that there's a particular student who's struggling with addition, I would move that standard up and just assign it to that particular student. So just to give them extra practice as a sort of an intervention, I guess. I can assign homework. And the neat thing about this is, like I said, it guides you step by step on how to do it, what to do. And if the students do log on at home, it's the same as when they log on at school. And so finally, the last thing I wanted to show you was that I can go ahead and play this game myself, or I can, oh, I'm sorry, it locked me out. Well, while we wait, I can actually project the game onto my smartboard, and it's not cooperating with me. I can project the game onto my smartboard, and then I can work as a whole class with the students and explain, kind of go over what the objective is for that game. Just